Hey MK family, and welcome back to the channel, you guys. As you can see by that title, today we're going to be doing a story time. Today we're going to be doing a story time of when me and my friends put up on this girl. Y'all, it was crazy. But before I get this video started, I just want to say we don't condone any violence, any bullying. This is just, a story that I'm sharing about what happened in my life. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications of when I post. And let's get right into this video. Okay, y'all, so right into this video. It's just so funny that I look back at it now because it's so crazy. Like, it was always something back then, but right into it. The boy that I was dating, like, back then, I suspected like he was cheating with his ex and just messing around. And back then I wasn't like really a social media person. I didn't really get on social media. I would go to like my friend Lex or Jackie for social media. So I want to say like one day I was working on an ex page and a best friend page, and I didn't know like they could see me in the views. But even when I found that out, I didn't care because I was telling like my best friend and Lex, like, I was lurking on her page. I looked at her story or whatever, and they was like, they could see that. They could see you. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know, but it was like, I didn't care because it was like, whatever. But I guess like she ended up, well, she did. She ended up going in her story to see like, who viewed her story, and I was in her story. So she was just like, posting like little sneaky stuff like, ain't nothing to see here, what you looking for, da da da. Like, she trying to see if her dude messing around, like just saying all this fly stuff. So I wasn't the person back then to like argue or get into it. So I had called Lex and Jackie. I want to say I either text them or something, was in a group chat, but they saw like she was saying little fly stuff. So Lex, if y'all know Lex back then, she loved to argue, and she would dog somebody. Like, she would say all the little slick stuff to hurt them. Like, she had them Twitter fingers, and they was very effective. Like, so I gave her the password to my Instagram, and I think Jackie the password. And we was like back and forth in a DM or something. Like, I was just reading it, but they was sending their stuff, Jackie and Lex. And it was going on like for a minute, but I was chilling after that. Like, after I seen that, I didn't care. Like I said, I wasn't a social media person, but I want to say like I was at home and Lex ended up calling me like we about to pull up on her. So I'm like, what? Like, how did it just get from us arguing on social media to we gotta pull up? I was low-key starty, like, why do we gotta pull up? I did not feel like fighting, and I think it was like on my off day or something. Like, I was at home chilling. I was so slutty, like, but I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like, back then I'm like, okay, whatever, we gotta fight. My friend said we're gonna pull up, like, that's what it is. So I want to say she stayed with the car. Back then, like, she drove us everywhere. Like, we used to be everywhere with Lex. But so I think Lex ended up picking up Jackie, and then they ended up picking up me because I lived in Maple, and the girl, she lived in Maple up the street. So and we was arguing with the best friend. I ain't gonna say like no names or whatever, but we was arguing with the girl best friend. And she, gave out her address, whatever. Y'all, while we pull up, just embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but I don't know. It always been funny to me even back then. So, we pulled up, and it was just a girl by herself. So we like, well, you could call your people. Like, we not gonna jump you. You could call your people or whatever. So I want to say we spent like a good hour, just waiting. Like, we was in a car. It was me, Jackie, and Lex. We was in a car, and she was like standing on the sidewalk by her house, but she was on the phone like with the girl, the ex-girlfriend or whatever. and I think she was like calling her sister. So what made it so crazy too, y'all? So my boyfriend at the time, ex-girlfriend, was my friend Lex, like play sister or cousin stuff. So I don't know. Like they knew each other. They was like related somehow. I don't know. But it was like, oh my goodness. So the people that the girl was calling, my friend Lex knew. And one of the girls, Lex was like, she could fight real good. Like she got them bitches. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, okay, whatever. I'm like, you know, it's just whatever. Like back then, like we was just so confident, like you cannot beat me. Like I was not going down to the ground. You couldn't beat me. But we was just in the car just talking about that. Just, you know, I don't know. I didn't like jumping people. Like, I don't know. I got jumped twice. But before that, I don't think... I'm getting all tongue-tied. I think before that, I only got jumped once. Yeah. Only got jumped once before, like, that whole situation happened. And I'm like, you know... I don't want to jump nobody. Like I just felt like it wasn't a deep enough situation to, like, I don't know, take my anger out on a girl. Like it was just I was pulling up because whatever was said in the DM or exchange, I mean that's what it was, and I was gonna stand on that, especially because it was coming from my page. Like it looked like I was saying it all, but really they was saying it. But it was like I'm gonna stick beside them. I'm gonna stick beside them. But so one of the girls, she was like, you know, they just kept saying they gonna pull up or whatever. And we waited probably like an hour. So we just sitting in the car, y'all. And I want to say after that, we just end up leaving because we like, you know, F it, you playing, like they not pulling up, whatever, like we pulled up on you. Like, we thought that was something. Like, we pulled up on you, nothing happened, you ain't do shit. Like, it is what it is. Y'all, why the next day, the very next day, or maybe even that same night, but I want to say I seen it the next day. My friend Lexus and Jackie, they had showed me this picture that the girl took of us. Y'all, why did she take a picture of us? We all in the car like this, like... And the caption said, they the real big dogs. I was dying. Like, I was so blue. Like, we pulled up on you. We gave you a chance. Like, then I was just sitting there like, we should have jumped her. We should have just jumped her. We shouldn't have gave her a chance. Like, you made us look pussy. I was so blue, but it was so funny because it reminded me of that meme. Like, that dog that be sitting straight up and looking at the side. Like, I was cracking up because you really seen all of us in the car looking straight. Like, we wasn't on nothing. Like, I was just like, we should have beat her ass. Like, that should have been it. We should have really beat her ass. But after that situation, it was crazy, y'all, because after that, I ended up getting jumped by the girl and this other girl that I didn't even know. And it was this boy, this gay boy. I think that story time is on my page already, but it's probably from like 2 years ago. But that has stemmed from us pulling up on her. She remembered that, and she called me like it one day, so it was just like, damn. But I was blue because I'm like, all this happened because they was talking mess, and I was mad, like, when I end up getting jumped, because I'm like, this happened because this whole little thing on Instagram, like, but it made it so crazy because after we pulled up on her, we didn't really like have no more contact after that, or like, it was like, we wasn't pressing the issue. But I had worked with her, like, I want to say I worked with her like 2 places after that. And she was speaking stuff, and it was just fishy to me because it's like, you don't mess with me, but you speaking. But I speak back, like, okay, whatever. And then she ended up jumping me. I'm like, oh yeah. I was just so sorry, like, y'all. But don't pull up on nobody, because nowadays it's different. Don't pull up on nobody. Don't argue on social media, because at the end it's not worth it. it's not worth it. Like, just leave it be and call it a day. But yes, y'all, we used to just be wild, like just doing stuff. But thank God, like nothing happened then. You know, that was really bad. But yes, that's my story time. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications of when I post, and stay tuned for more videos.